Right, hello everybody. You have to give you away because then I know you can hear me. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got a fun-packed session today. We're going to use dumbbells, dumbbells, sorry, yep, and our loop bands. And if possible, if you've got 2 loop bands, we're going to do the glute exercise today, the side step glute exercise. So you can do, it's better to use 2, but obviously you want to make it a bit easier, you can use 1. So I'll explain more when we get to it. But so 2 loop bands or 1. That's it really for props. And got a little, I've got my little reminder of what we're going to do for our warm up. So if you're all okay and you're all ready to go, we'll get started. Bella's going to join us. She's probably going to rip my mat. She likes to do that. Okay, so we'll just start with the, let's go from side to side. So you want to do a little touch of the floor. So I'm recording it on Zoom tonight and I'm in high definition as well. So I'm going to try and use that recording because I know it's better on the microphone, but I'm doing both recordings just in case, in case anything goes wrong. So yeah, we're just stepping from side to side. We're just going to take it a little bit wider. Haven't spoken much today. And then just taking the arms forwards and back, so sort of to the side, just to warm up the shoulders a little bit. And then we're going to come back down in just a little heel lift. And then we're going to bring those arms forwards. And we can keep going with the knees, you know, lifting them, or we can just keep it still and then just squeeze shoulders forwards and back. Just mobilising those shoulders and then keeping the arms facing forwards. And take that elbow behind, a bit more slowly, and let's try and keep the hips facing forwards. Good. One more on each side. And bring the arms down. They're going to roll the shoulders a couple of times. And I'm just wondering whether to go straight on to all my choreographed stuff or not. Let's think, is there anything else? I suppose what we could do first, we could do a stretch with the arm up, just take it over to the side. And then just bring the arm forwards, bend the knees and come back to standing. Take the other arm up, stretch over, pulling in through the abdominals and bring it forwards and up. Then we're going to, just thought of something, we'll do the neck first while I'm thinking of what I thought of, which I've forgotten. Take the head and neck from one side to the other. Bring it back into the middle. Take the arms behind. Going to just squeeze into your palms. Take all that, remove all that tension from the day. Squeeze and release. And actually, while we're here, let's just take the arms out a little bit and just bring them in and stretch. Oh, I know what I was trying to think of what I'd forgotten. But take the feet out wider. And take the arms down, roll the shoulders, take the arms out, and do circles. It's nice, just raising the heart rate a little bit and working lots of areas of the body. And we're going to change direction. Last one. And bring the feet in. Okay, so I'll get started on some of this choreography as such. Okay, so we're going to go from side to side again. So we're just taking the feet from side to side, arms come out in front. We're going to take the arms out and back in. So we're not doing it too fast. Okay. So I'm thinking if you'd like to work your arms a bit harder, if we come back to standing, roll the shoulders and take some weights. And then you can just add a little bit more intensity. So the next thing we're going to do is some kickbacks. So we take the feet out wide, we're going to take the foot up to the bottom. We'll start with the arms just out to the side. So I'm thinking some bicep curls. So you can slow it down a bit if you want to ensure that you've got the motion right. If you do it too fast, you'll probably go all out of sync. Keeping the elbows in towards the body. So we're just working into the biceps. And then what I was thinking, if you bring the arms back down, we could try just taking the foot across. And then you could take it up to here. And rather than bending over, try and keep that good elongated body. So you can just come across, so you're getting a bit of a twist, and then we're working our abs. Okay, so one more on each side. Can you feel that working already? And roll the shoulders. Next thing, I can feel my heart rate going up already. We're bringing the arms up towards our chin. And what we're going to do, we're not going to move the feet, we're just going to punch forwards, come back, not forwards to the side slightly actually, because then that will give you a bit of a twist into your waist. And then you can go a little bit faster if you want to, or just slow it down. And what we're doing, we should be feeling it here, almost into your obliques, the sides of your tummy. And then just come back and rest for a second. And I thought of adding something onto this, just so we work the abs a bit more. So we're going to, again, just bend the knees very slightly, keeping the hips facing forward. We're going to take the arm up and across, so up and up. So you look to where you're going, but the feet stay still. And doing a little breath with it. Okay, last one on each side. Then come up to standing. Let me just make my screen a bit bigger. That's better. So, and then this next one's quite interesting. We're going to do a knee raise but what we're going to do is bring the arms up and hold them up. So it's working on balance, but also, and you can, if you have heavier weights, you can use those. Just focus on something in front of you. I'm glad she's moved. One more on each side. And bring the arms down. Do a little bit of a shake. So for this one, the next one, oh, I know we've got something else. I'm just thinking about this. You're going to step to the side. That's it, and then knee up. You don't have to use the weights for this, but if it's all right, just keep them in your hands. Up. So step to the side, knee raise. Step to the side, knee raise. And all of this is great for your abs. Standing up work. Plus a little bit for the arms. You could even do a punch. We finish it on these last two. Okay, and I'm going to take the weights away for a sec. And we're going to do a bit more abdominal work. So we're taking the arms up, we're taking that just to keep on one side, elbow, lift to knee. Better to go slower with this one because you've got better control. Let's just do, I haven't counted this, 2 more. I'd say we've done about 15 or so. So let's just walk it out. And then we'll try it on the other side. And you ready? I'm going to count these. So get that squeeze into your waist. So I've counted 10 now. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well done. Kick that out. We've still got a couple more things to do. So we're going to take the weights back now. And if you've got anything heavier, or you take the 2 weights, we can do that. I'm going to check my 4 kilogram. We're going to stand with our feet hip width apart. I'll do it from the side view. So what we're going to do is literally just hinge from the hips. That means push your bottom behind you. So you're not going to round the back. Knees slightly bent. Push the bottom behind you. Come down to about here. You've got the abdominals squeezed. And then come back up. So push behind. Or you can hold it towards your chest. That probably feels better actually. Can you feel that slight contraction in the abdominals? I'm checking my posture. When I go to the gym, I often look for see if my posture's okay in the mirror. Honest. Last one. So you probably could feel a bit of a stretch in the hamstrings. And then we'll put this weight away, or weights away. And we're going to do a waist twist. So best thing, I might actually take the arms out to the side slightly. We don't have to keep them together. And again, let's just pull in that belly button, and we're just going to do twist and a pulse. 2, or just like that. We're trying to keep the shoulders not too tense or stressed. How's that feeling? Let's go for one more on each side. Okay, good. Next. Oh, yes. So what we're going to do with this is gets a little bit more complicated because it's just adding on an extra move to what we've just done. So what we're going to do a waist twist and a knee kick. We'll keep it going the same side first, and then we'll try it the other side. And what I'll do is this way, so you can see it's easier to follow. So make sure you've got that twist going into the lower body. I've got one more to do, and you have as well. Okay, so now we've got to change it to the other side, which sometimes is a little bit difficult. So I've got to think about this going that way. Yeah, because we're going to make sure we're twisting to the other side of the waist. And it takes a bit of thought at my age. And I think we've got 2 left to do. And we're done on that. Brilliant. Now we're going to bring bands in. So this is our glute work, glute medius work. Really important. So for those of you that have only got one loop band, let's just put that on around, literally just at the top of the knees. If you've got 2, you'll put the other one around your feet. Not your ankles, but actually your feet. Okay, good. So what we're doing, the first thing to think about is, because it's very easy to let the knees go in, is stretch those knees, squeeze them outwards slightly. So you can already feel something working here in the glutes. Push the bottom behind you, slight squatting position, and you're just going to step from side to side. Someone at the gym last week said, "Are you doing line dancing?" I said, well, actually, yes, I do that. It's not that though. I think I've lost count, but I'm going to go for about 3 more. Usually do about 12 to 15. I stand up usually and stretch, and then we'll come back down. Again, squeeze those knees out one way. One side is going to feel worse than the other. I'm going to count this time. And you don't have to do very big steps, they have to be small steps. Keep squeezing that knee outwards. This is my worst side. Last one. So depending on how the glutes are, will depend on how much you feel that. So I always have a little bit of a break, and then get into position. We'll do one more round on both legs, on both sides. Squeeze that bottom behind you, and whenever you're ready, just start to do your little side steps. Be focused on those knees, especially the one that's doing the work, not the one that's following so much. Making sure you can get the knees coming outwards slightly, pushing outwards. I think we've finished on that one. So if you're doing it correctly, you should feel it, and you should feel like you probably need to give your glutes a little bit of a pat. Now squeeze the knees out again. This is the last one. Keep that knee outwards. 2 more. Oh, good, that's good. And give yourselves a little tap. Because you get it in both sides, you can feel it, can't you? Well, I assume I can. And then we can just discard that, and then just, you might just want to lift your legs a little bit. And while we're at it with glutes, we'll do this one first. So we'll take the one leg back, so we're actually then targeting the glute maximus. We're just going to lift and lower. Not quite what the area that we were targeting, but it's nice just to give that a rest. And then after this one, just walk it out and change to the other side. Squeeze into here. Two more. And again, just walk it out. And then just for a little bit of balance work, but also for the glutes and hips, is take one leg off and we'll just take it from side to side. Working on balance as well. And when you're ready, we'll bring that one down. Again, just walk it out a little bit. And we'll change over to the other side. Okay, finishing there. Good, okay, let's take the feet from side to side. So I think we've had quite a good warm up there. One thing we could do is just do some little circles of the ankle, and if you want we can do a few circles of your wrists as well. Changing direction. And then change over to the other side. Oh, I'm going to do one more thing actually. And then change direction. We'll do a little bit of calf stretching. So what we're going to do is bring our blocks down to the floor. And just place, actually you only need one, don't we? We could do both, but I don't know if that would work. Let's try it. So first of all, put both feet on your blocks. They're not quite high enough unless you've got the higher ones, which might be too high. And then you're going to lift the heels and then lower them. Lift and lower. What we're trying to do is stretch the calf, so I don't think it's really, I think we'll do a couple more and then we'll try a proper stretch. So we'll take the left foot off, bring it forwards, and bend the knee of the left leg, and then keep the right leg straight so you get that really good stretch. And what you could do is you could lift and you can lower back down, see if you can deepen the stretch, and then lift and stretch. Lift again, last stretch, and release. We'll take it onto the other side. So right leg forward, knee bent with the right leg, stretching into the left calf muscles, and then lift and stretch. Feel quite tight, lift and stretch. All that stretch. And then one more, lift and stretch. Okay, so I think we've done a good standing session. We can now bring our mats down onto the floor. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the bands, but bring them down just in case, or bring one down just in case. Always bring your dumbbells down if you like to have that extra, to do that extra work. And I'll bring these down as well. Okay. Perfect. So on the mat, we're going to start. We'll start with all fours exercises. You can use your blocks if you just want a little less pressure on the wrists. And these are sort of under your hips. So we'll start first with our shoulder blade dips. So we're lifting the shoulders away, and then the shoulder blades coming to meet each other, and then we're lifting away and meeting and lifting. Cracking the shoulders. Now we're going to stretch back. And then come back up. The next exercise, as we're quite well warmed up, we're going to have, actually I'm going to give you a choice here. It's either going to be our normal, where you stretch up to full plank and then you come down one knee at a time, or you can do it this way, which is slightly more difficult, I'd say, is you come up with both legs, hold that plank, and then bring the knees down, and then stretch away. To do that, you don't want to be in this position, you need to be quite far forward because you need to ensure that you're lifting up through the deep abdominal muscles. Every time you think you're lifting enough, lift a little bit more. I'm going to come and have a little check, see how we're doing. So really lift up from the tummy. It's not easy, is it, that one? And feel free to come back down now, so you can give the wrists a bit of a rest as well. So what I thought, once we've done that, to give the wrists, we'll do one more exercise and then we'll give them a rest. So what you'll need for this is possibly a slightly heavier weight. I'll just try it first and see what you think. So you put the weight in the middle. You're in your all fours position. You want to keep that all fours position, so we're going to lift up through the abdominal slightly, little tuck, and you're going to take the weight over to one side, and then you're going to take it over to the other side. But all the time, we're trying to keep the hips stable, like that. So we're not moving every time, we're keeping everything stable. And to do that, you've really got to lift up in the tummy button. Okay, let's bring that weight out of the way. And now feel free just to stretch back. That's nice. Now what we'll do, we'll come down onto our front, And we're going to do some half plank. So it's more deep abdominal work, but then we'll do a nice stretch. But we'd start with this today. So so you've got your elbows under your shoulders or slightly further forward if you want to work a bit harder, tucking the toes under. So we can lift the tummy, squeeze the shoulders down slightly, and then when you're ready, we want to lift into your half plank. And just keep lifting away. Just always think the belly's lifting up towards the sky. And breathe, although it might be difficult. And when you're ready, let's just come back down. And I think what's quite nice is the shoulders can have a little relax, and we can do a point, flex, and straighten. Point, flex, point, flex. Can you feel that in your quads? Is it giving them a good stretch? Put the head down if you want to. And takes the pressure off the neck, doesn't it? We're going to do half plank again, or at least a squeeze of the lift of the tummy. So we'll come back into half plank position, and it's the lift of the tummy or both, the half plank as well. So let's just lift the tummy off the mat if we can, and then we're going to come up if we can with the lifted hips. Lift a little bit more, just through the belly, not the hips. See if you can lift a little bit longer, and you can relax back down. Feel free just to put your head down, forehead down. You might need to stretch and just relax the shoulders. And in this position, actually, I was going to do dart with you, but we could do the one today where you put the elbows are out here. We're going to lift under the tummy, and then we're going to lift and then lower. Relax the shoulders, lift the belly. And we'll do that extra stretch in a minute. We do that where we get ready to, we lift and then we come up. So we're always still lifting in the abdominals. So we won't over arch the back then, and then just come down really slow. You start off with nothing, arms aren't doing anything, just the lower back, and then pushing away. Lift the abdominals. I know I go on about it. It feels like I do anyway. I'll get you to do one more of these and then we'll do the dart. So whenever you're ready, just feel free to take the arms down by the side. You could take your weights if you want to. So you could do a little bit of tricep work. I still want a little lift under here. Squeeze the bottom if you want to. You don't have to, but sometimes that naturally happens. And looking down at your mat, try not to lift the head and neck. I'm just going to come up and have a quick look. See how you're doing. We've got one more to do. How does that feel? Hopefully that feels quite nice, a nice stretch. And then once you've finished those, feel free to come up into a shell stretch. And then come up into seated position. So this is all, apart from, there's a couple of exercises I want to do when we're in crook position, which it sort of affects you for the abs, especially the deep abs. But we've got a nice one to do today. So with possibly with a heavier weight. So I know some of you are getting heavier weights now, and it's something we can discuss. And thank you for emailing this morning. I know 4 people did actually. So I've had 6 people email, so that's quite good. And some of you are getting heavier weights. I need to look into the best place to get some that you can adjust, because if you have too many weights, you're just going to have too much hanging around. So I've got up to 5 kilogram, and I want to get some more, but I'm going to get some adjustable to take me up to 10. So yeah, and I would like to, I'm getting positive views about, not views, reviews about using weights more often, because as I said, it's not Pilates, but it's great for our bodies to be doing some strength training. So we will do some of that. But in the meantime, I'll see if I can find more information about weights. Okay, so you've got a weight ready there, but we're not going to use it yet. So we'll start off with just taking the arms up into our ribcage, from our ribcage closure. So you can use your little weights in this, don't use heavy ones. And when you're ready, taking the arms back. So we're keeping the back imprinted, chin slightly tucked. We'll just do one more. And then bend the elbows, bring the arms down to the floor. Take the feet together and just let the knees relax out to the side. And then when you're ready, we're just going to stretch the legs away from you. And then bend the knees again. So we're going to start with toe taps. So we're just ensuring that your back is imprinted, so you can already feel something's happening here. And we're going to go into our toe taps. And we're going to bring the knees into your chest. And I'm going to take one knee, bring it in, and we're going to go straight into single leg stretch. And then we're going to bring the knees back in and go straight into double leg stretch. Lift it if you require, but we're always keeping back imprinted. Last one. And bring the knees in. So you should be feeling that a little bit already, shouldn't you? Take the feet down to the floor. So let's just do something slightly different. So let's incorporate the weight into some glute work with the shoulder bridge. So you want to bring the feet a little bit closer, and I generally take my block away. Then find your weight. I'm just going to place it with the hands holding on around your hip bones. And when you're ready, squeeze the glutes there. So squeeze here and then lift. So we're not trying to go up into that position. Oh, I hate that. So bad for your back. So squeeze the glutes. And then you're going to release. And then squeeze up. And gently release. You can do this all in your own time. We could do some pulses in a minute. So on this next one, we'll stay up there. So we've got the squeeze on the glutes, and we just squeeze that a little bit more. Try not to bring the knees in. Ensure that your feet are flat on the floor and the weight's not on the insides. Can you feel that? If you feel that's too much, come down, and then everyone else just stay up a couple more, hold it, squeeze, 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 and release. And just gently take that weight out of the way. And come back down. Hope that felt okay. Bring the block under your head if you'd got rid of it. So you might want to just stretch the leg just slightly, just stretch the hamstrings. Just do a little one without the bands. I'm just wondering, I'll tell you what we could do. How do you feel about putting the band on? You might need to come up, if you need to come up seated, that's fine. We're going to put the band, just going to feel, yeah, it's got to be just above the knees. I'm going to do a bit more glute work in this position. And then when you're ready, come back down onto the mat. So feet are hip width apart. You're going to squeeze back up into your bridge position, and you're just going to squeeze out and come in. And as you squeeze out, you probably feel a little bit of a hip raise, just slightly. Plus you're going to feel the glutes working. And what I'd like to do is, let's just roll back down for a second. If you need to stretch the legs because they might be going into a cramp or they want to, you can do that. And then we'll just do one more. We squeeze up and we open out, and we now just pulse outwards, but with a little lift. You can really feel that. Probably looks quite funny, but it's quite effective. Probably should have done it with the weight on as well. We'll do that another week. Okay, when you're ready, let's just roll back down through the vertebrae. Now, I really felt that. Did you feel that? Let's just get rid of that band now. That was a little extra that I wasn't planning. And just to continue with abdominals again, actually I'm going to stretch the legs up for a second, so I know some people are still removing their bands. We're going to do dead bug. Dead bug is so good for the deep abdominal muscles. So but let's No, we'll start with lower as we normally do. That's right. So feet on the floor. We'll start with our stretch and coming back in. As normal, keep that back slightly imprinted, so it's already working. Right, we've got one more, and then we're going to lift the knees up into tabletop. And stretch away. Stretch. And keep stretching. Keep going with that. I can hear that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hold the stretch and bring it back in and hold, stretch out and then hold and bring it back in and then bring the knees in and just take it from side to side. Bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to take the feet, the right foot over the left and draw the leg in and just encourage the knee away from you. And release. Change over to the other side and draw the leg in if you can, or just encourage that left knee away from you. And then we're going to do a little bit of ab work before we finish for the outer abs. Your rectus abdominis. So hands behind your head. We'll start with working sort of more the obliques. So we're going to squeeze and lift and go to the side, back, side. So we don't go all the way down. And then come back down for a second. And then this time we'll bring one knee sort of slightly in. We'll do both sides. So the hands are back behind your head. Back is slightly imprinted. We're going to lift and lower slightly. So the knees coming in and then you stretch the leg away. And you just feel that so much more concentrated. We'll do two more. I'm really hot now. And release for a second. And we'll change over to the other side. So lift the other knee, hands behind your head. Again, back slightly down onto the mat. Lift, contract. Contract a bit more as the knee comes in. Can you feel that? one more to do. Phew. Okay, take the legs and just stretch them away. You take the arms away if you want, just to have that stretch in the tummy. And then bring the knees into your chest and just relax there for a second. And actually what we'll do is bring the feet down, take the arms out to your side and just go into your hip rolls. Last one. And then come back into the middle. Bring the knees into your chest and then roll up. Suddenly went very hot at the end. Put my hands on the core. So coming into seated position, however you want to sit, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to shake the hands and then just release the shoulders off, giving them a roll and then a squeeze up towards your ears and then release them. We're going to stretch the arms out and we're going to take a breath in and out and in again and out. Wow, well done. Thank you. I think that felt quite a difficult one today, so well done.